Today is day 147 of the podcast, and I want to consider what else the Lord offers to us as we encounter various trials. As we looked at James 1 verses 2 through 4, we saw that joy, endurance, and that what he's trying to bring about is that we would be perfect and complete, lacking in nothing. That's a pretty big promise right there. But I want to read the other thing that is promised to us as well, and we find that in James 1 verse 5. But if any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all men generously and without reproach, and it will be given to him. So I want you to see that the Lord himself is offered in this situation. He offers himself and his presence and his wisdom to us when we are in the midst of a trial. I want you to go back and consider what the evil one posed to Eve, and that was that she lacked something, and that an object might be what she needed in order to acquire wisdom, and a forbidden object at that. So that's how he posed something to her in a temptation, and she was taken in by it. She was taken in by a wisdom apart from God. You know, when we think of testing and trials that we go through, we tend to remember that as children, when we encountered a test, it meant that you couldn't have any of your books, you couldn't use any of your resources, and the teacher, he or she, withdrew from you. You couldn't even ask a question when you were in the middle of a test. And that's a very Western way of thinking, that you can only depend on yourself. Because in the Eastern way of thinking, when a testing or a trial came, that was when the teacher was coming and was going to begin to introduce new material, and they were going to be with you to take you through this new level of endurance. Think more in terms of the Olympic trials. It's designed to prove you, not to disapprove of you. And so today's question: what would you like to ask the Holy Spirit about the trial you are currently in the middle of?